Hi everyone. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's start this. So it has been forever and a year that I have gone live, and I was thinking that today I'm going to trim my hair. So it has been a lot. Let's just talk about this. Okay, when last did you guys trim your hair? In all honesty, when last did you trim your hair? Because I'm just not gonna say. Okay, so I've been looking at my ends, and my ends have been saying, girl, it's about time you trim your hair. So I was like, oh, should I just do it off camera? And every time I try to trim my hair, I'm always procrastinating. I'm always like, oh, I'm gonna trim it this day, I'm gonna trim it that day. But it's Sunday, and I just said, you know what, I have like an hour before I have to do something, so I'm just gonna go ahead and trim my hair. My hair was in this twist, and I took down the twist, and yeah, so what I'm going to do is that I'm actually going to look for the part where the twists are. So I'm looking for the part where the twists are, and I'm gonna grab from there so that I can retwist my hair. The key thing about knowing your hair, knowing what works for your hair, what doesn't work for your hair, is trial and error. To be honest with you, trial and error. So normally I will blow out my hair and trim my hair in its blown out stage, but I don't feel like doing that. So today I'm just gonna grab and trim. So I'm doing it in a dry state. My hair was moisturized this morning before I went to church, but this is pretty much what I'm going to do. I'm just lightly finger detangling, and I'm paying close attention to the ends of my hair. Now you guys can see that the ends of my hair, I really need a good trim to it. I could spray water, but knowing the way my hair shrinks up, I know that if I spray water to it, it's not going to do what I need it to do. So of course I have my scissors right here, and I'm just gonna go ahead and just hold it taut like this. So if you've never trimmed your hair, I have a full playlist on my YouTube channel showing you guys how to trim your hair and things to do in terms of, either trimming it while it's stretched out or stuff. But for me, I have a feeling I'm actually going to do more of a cut than a trim. So you see, so I'm just going to grab this like that, and I'm going to cut it right there, that much. Okay, so once I do this, I'm going to spray it with some water. Okay, let's do this. Spray it with some water to hydrate it, because sometimes after trimming my hair, I feel as if my hair goes into a kind of a shock. I'm going to grab my moisturizer, Curl Enhancing Smoothie, and I'm going to put my moisturizer on it. And that will allow me to even see if I need to trim some other areas or trim some more. So I'm going like that. At this point that my hair is well moisturized, I can grab a comb like this. Use the comb to detangle. Remember, I first finger detangled. So you can do this before you trim your hair, or you can trim your hair and do this. I choose to trim while dry, and then go ahead, put the moisturizer, and see if I need to. So it all depends on you. And if you don't feel confident about trimming your own hair, please go to someone that knows what they're doing so that they can trim their hair. I don't wear my hair straight, so I'm not really caring about it being perfectly trimmed. So you can kind of see the ends, they look good, but knowing myself, I'm just going to trim some more. And now you can see how clean the ends are. Okay, you see that? It's nice, clean, nice and curly. So this is you can see my curl pattern, and this is what it looks like. Nice and thick and full. So let's trim it first by moisturizing it, and then we go for the trim and see what happens. So one other thing that I do when I trim my hair is I will twist it up like this. Okay, and then I'll go to the very end and see how it curls up at the very end. So at the very end, I'm going to see how it curls up. And if it curls up with straggly ends, I trim that off. So this is how I've been trimming my hair. You can see that the ends look really, really nice. You guys see that? The ends look so, so nice. Hopefully y'all can see. See the ends? They look so, so nice. So this one is good. I don't have to trim it any further. I'm going to roll it up into a Bantu knot. Hi, how are you doing? Thank you so much for sharing. Y'all, please feel free to share. So I'm grabbing another section of hair like this. This one, I'm going to start off by spraying it. So let's do this first spray. So I'm not going to do the dry trimming first. I'm just going to spray. Then I'm going to apply my product. So this is another way that I've been able to trim my hair. I'm going to apply my products generously, my moisturizer generously, like that. Okay. So this is how I trim my hair without blowing it out in its natural state. Remove any shedded hair from my hair. I'm going to now take the comb, detangle it. And by now, the comb should go through any knots, any tangles, any whatnots. So, notice I didn't finger detangle it first, but now it's all detangled. Okay. Okay. Move any shedded hair. So once I've got it, this is what my hair looks like. You can see the ends. The ends are not that great. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it like this, hold it taut, like that. So, you can see the ends. They're not in their best shape. So, okay. Then I'm just going to take it, and I'm just going to cut it like that. Okay. So when I cut it and I apply the product, make sure the product works through. I just want to show you guys how nice the ends look. Okay. So this is what the ends look like after you see the ends, they're nice and curly and stuff, nice and smooth. So now I'm just going to twist it up like this. Okay. Just twist it up like that. Okay. Okay. So this is good. Okay. Now that we've twisted it up, we can now assess the ends again and see if we have to cut some more. I think this looks good. I'm just going to cut a little bitty part of it because I'm kind of seeing something I don't like. Okay. So you see how nice it looks. It looks very, very nice. So, yeah. So this is how I trim my hair. So today is April 13th. I have to make a mental note of that. So let me grab some more. I'm just going to grab. Okay. Get my hair clip. How are you guys doing? Let me first finger detangle. That was one thing I didn't do the last time. So finger detangle. Okay. After that, spray water. Okay, walk the water through, grab my moisturizer, apply my moisturizer through the hair. Okay, once I've applied my moisturizer through my hair, like that. Okay, next, take my comb and comb my hair. The comb should glide through easily. And now I can look at the ends and see what needs to be trimmed. Okay. Just gonna trim off the ends. Okay, so I'm trimming about 1/2 inch to 1 inch of hair. And I think I put too much moisturizer on the hair, you can see. But my hair is low porosity, so products tend to want to sit on the hair. And if I feel that I've put too much products on one section of the hair, I will just move it. Ooh, look at that. That looks so good. Let me show you guys again. See that end? That end is rich. It's like no scraggly, no nothing. It's so rich. So let me do this one. So for me, this is the way I like to trim my hair. And that is because I don't, see, I'm taking the product. I don't wear my hair straight. So I just make sure I'm just trimming the ends. So I don't wear my hair straight at all. I wear my hair in its curly form. Most of the time, my hair is in, hi, thank you, thanks for the love. Please feel free to share. So I'm just applying liquid to my hair, and then I apply my moisturizer of choice, which is my Curl Enhancing Smoothie, Shea Moisture Curl Enhancing Smoothie. And I'm just running that through my hair, detangling the hair. And then I'm gonna use the comb, kind of get any shedded hair out of my hair like that. And then I'm just gonna comb through. Ooh, there's a shedded hair. Comb through. Okay, comb through. Okay. On the comb, you can see that's the hair that's coming out of the comb. And I'll show you how much hair that I cut off. Okay, plus the shedded hair, of course. So now the end, sometimes the ends will not be defined, so I can't really see what needs to be trimmed off. So if the ends don't look defined, add more products. I always add more products to the ends, and then I'm able to see which areas need to be trimmed off. The areas that are not looking as defined, or they don't look the way that, I mean, I've been doing this for like 12 years, okay? So I kind of know what needs to be trimmed off. But since for me, I've not trimmed my hair in a while, I'm just gonna take 1/2 inch off the ends. Okay, so like that. Okay, 1/2 inch. And if you don't feel comfortable about trimming your own hair, please go to someone that can look at your ends and trim it for you well. So do you guys trim your hair in a straight form, or you trim it in its curly form? So some people trim in straight form, some people, so do you trim your hair while straightened, or in its curly form? That is the question of the day. Okay. So yeah, that looks good. Nice and curly. Okay. So we've done 2. I'm just gonna put this in bantu knot like that. Put this also in Bantu knot. Like that. Okay. So we've done that, we've done this. We curl this up. Okay, I'm gonna do this side now. Just gonna grab this. Spray some water. Okay. Add some products. Okay. Add some moisturizer to the hair. I'm gonna add some more liquid because the hair feels, I need it to feel smooth, nice and smooth. So I'm just gonna finger detangle first. Like that. So then take my comb and comb from the ends. I'm very tender-headed, so if you see me squeezing my face, I'm very, 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 very tender-headed. So if I feel a knot, I'm gonna stop and loosen it up, and then get my hair clip this away. Okay. So let's do this. Comb it through like that. Comb it through. Okay, remove any shedded hair, anything. Once we've done that, I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna look at the ends. Comb the ends. I always add more products to the ends to define the ends. That is just what I do. I don't know what you guys do. So that is the hair. Okay. So then, with me adding more products to the ends of the hair, I can now assess to see what needs to be trimmed off. Okay. Some people will take a finer comb or a brush to see, but my hair gets so curly. Thank you. My hair gets so curly. So what I do is I'm going to take, you can kind of see where it's not as defined. I don't know if you guys can see where it's not as defined. Thanks for the love. So I'm just going to take this and I'm just going to trim 1/2 inch. That's about 1/2 inch off. So for some people, that's like 6 months worth of growth. I don't know. So this is my hair. Okay. So then all I do is just twist it up like that. And when I twist it up, you'll be able to see that the ends look so much better after I twist it up. So that's twisting it. Okay, so we're twisting it up. So you have to look at the ends and you see, let me remove the hair from my hand. So this is the ends. You see the ends look nice and thick. But what I do is that I pull on the ends, and if I see any little squiggly ends, just trim it off just a little bit. And so because I want the ends to look really nice and thick, so you can see, oh gosh, I have hair following me everywhere. So you can see how nice the ends are. Look at that ends, and the ends look so nice and juicy. Very nice, very, very nice. Absolutely love this. So let's wrap it around. And then we're going to move to the areas where I cannot see. This is when I need my mirror, but it's okay because I'm just grabbing here. And my hair has been pre-sections from the last time I had my hair in twist. So we're just going to go here, spray. Pretty much repeat the same thing over and over again. Okay, repeat. Okay. Add in some liquid to make it easy for me to walk through the hair. I'm going to add some moisturizer. When I add the moisturizer to my hair, I tend to add more to the ends. So I'm just kind of smoothing this over, then using my fingers to finger the tangle so that when I'm ready to comb it, it's much easier. So if you're someone that when you're combing your hair is paining you a lot, I would suggest that you first finger the tangle so that you can feel where the knots are, like here. Okay, so that you can feel where the knots are and stuff. And you first finger the tangle, and then after that, walk through the hair with the comb. So right now, the base of my hair is the part that gets tangled up easily. The root of my hair, right here, gets tangled up easily. So I always run that through with a comb. Yeah, I have to take my daughter somewhere, so I don't know what time. Okay. So I'm gonna have to finish this later. Okay. So it's combing through. Okay. Then now okay. So now I can look at it and see. Okay. Comb that through. And I can see where I need to trim off. So not everybody is confident enough to trim their hair, but I would say the more you practice, the better you'll get. The more you practice, the better you get. And some people will trim their hair while it's in twist or braids or whatever, with their own hair, not braids with extensions. Not braids with extensions, braids with your own hair. So now just gonna twist up the hair, and then I'll assess the ends of the twist since I wear my hair in twist 90% of the time. Okay, so now twisted up my hair. Okay, so then I'm just gonna coil the ends. And the ends, I do need to. I'm gonna just trim that off like that. Okay, let's do this. Okay, so that is done. Okay, grab another one. Spray, spray, spray. So pretty much repeating everything. Thank you so much for coming to my live. If this is your first time, my name is Shola, and you can find me on any platform. Just search for Discovery Natural. That's where you can find me. I have a YouTube channel with over 2,000 videos showing you how to care for your natural hair. So if you're struggling, wow, your hair is looking beautiful. Thank you so much, Naomi. Thank you so much, Naomi. Really appreciate it. I'm just trimming off my ends that I should have done back in January. But life happens. Life happens, and when it happens, what can you do? So how often should you trim your hair? When needed. Don't be like me. When needed, you should trim your hair. Don't wait too long. Always assess the ends of your hair. If I think for me, if I trim my hair sooner, maybe I would have retained more growth. I don't know. It all depends. Yeah, yeah, see? That's why you have to finger the tangle first. I'm just trying to feel where the tangles are. If I have tangles, I feel it, and I detangle it with my fingers. I prefer finger detangling to using a comb. But since I want my hair to be a little bit smoother, so that's why I'm using a comb. And I'm trying not to let the comb pull through my hair. So whenever I feel a snag, I stop. And I use my fingers to detangle it like that. Okay. 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 So like that. I'm just going to bring my hair to the front so that I can see how it looks, how it's shaping up. And looking at that, I can tell where I need to trim off. This one is more like an inch that I'm trimming off over here, which is fine. So I don't believe in holding on to ends that need to go just because you want to say, oh, I have long hair and your ends are terrible. There are so many people walking around with long hair that is not healthy. Healthy hair is the best. So I'd rather have healthy hair than long hair that is not healthy. Just because you want to say you have long hair, then your ends look like nonsense. That's not right. I'm going to get some more moisturizer for the ends, because I've kind of put them in shock right now by trimming them up. They're like, ah, what's going on? Okay. So I probably need to, I feel like I need to trim some more. So I come in here and you guys can see how thin that end is. Yeah. So I'm going to trim some more. Yeah, like that. You can now see how thin, how full they are. They're like the same size, kind of. And then just wrap it around. Wrap it, wrap it, wrap it, wrap it, wrap it like that. Oh my goodness, I'm not going to wear my hair in this style. What moisturizer are you using? I'm using my regular moisturizer that I use. I've been using this for 12 years. Shea Moisture Curl Enhancing Smoothie. That's the moisturizer I've been using for 12 years. My Holy Grail. I don't know how many of these I've bought over the past 12 years. Probably like 20. So that's why I always go for the big container. Shea Moisture Curl Enhancing Smoothie. So it keeps my hair moisturized for a long time. Okay. So I'm gonna go for this side. Go for this side. I think I grabbed more. Yeah. Okay. So now spray my hair with water to hydrate it. Just spray, 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 spray. So apply the water throughout to make it soft. Okay. And then I'm going to use my fingers to detangle it like that, just to loosen up. My hair gets tangled at the roots so easily. You can see the roots is tangled. If I comb it right there, you see that this bottom area doesn't get tangled as badly, but the roots is where it gets tangled. I don't know, is anybody's hair like that? Where does your hair get tangled up? Roots or at the tip? Some people's hair gets tangled at the tip. My daughter's hair used to get tangled at the tip so much. She's locked now, so then I'm gonna add moisturizer to the hair. Add the moisturizer. And then I always have to add, I want to add more moisturizer to the root area, just because, I don't know why. Maybe that is why it's getting tangled up so much. Okay, then I'm just going to comb through. And now you'll see that the comb glides through so much better than if I didn't comb it. Okay, so now I'm going to look at the ends, and it's a little bit harder to look at the ends when you are doing your own hair, especially when it comes to the very back. So what I do is I'm just going to take it like this. I'm going to pull it down towards me. Your hair tangles at the root. Yeah, Melissa says her hair tangles at the root. I tell you, the root tangling is the one that you have to be very careful about, because if your hair breaks at the root, then you'll start having a lot of short hair. And that's not the main reason why you have short hair, because if your hair is also growing out from shedded hair falling out, you'll also have short hair. So it's not only because your hair is tangling at the root and it's breaking at the root, but sometimes that could be the case. So now I'm looking, and you can kind of see the ends. They really need to be trimmed. So I'm just going to take that. I'm going to trim about ½ an inch like that. Then I'm going to twist up. And if I see any straggling ends when I twist up, then I trim it again. Hopefully I'll be done within the hour. Okay. Okay. Yeah, the ends feel really nice. I don't feel any knots whatsoever. So, but I think I'm just going to trim it just a little bit. You can kind of see the straggling ends that I'm talking about. Give it a nice trim. And then you can see it's nice and thick at the ends. So if you guys have any questions about your hair, you can always send me a DM. If you need one-on-one help with your hair, you can always send me a DM and I'll get you scheduled in, and we'll do a one-on-one session. It is paid, so that is the only thing, because, you know, I got to spend a lot of time with y'all, helping you out and stuff, so yeah. Okay, so I'm just moving shaded hair, detangling, especially at the root area, and then working it through like that. Working it through like that. Okay, I forgot to spray the hair, but you can always do dry detangling and then moisturize and stuff. It depends on you. Sometimes I alternate between dry detangling and wet detangling and all that stuff. So just adding my moisturizer to the hair. Okay. I'm feeling through the hair. Okay. See, this is why it's good to do your own hair. You can actually feel there's a shedded hair. I can tell that there's a shedded hair knotted together right there. I can feel it right over here. And it's long, so it's gonna come out pretty soon once I walk it through. So you have to be very patient. I don't rush through this process, okay? Because then if you rush through, you're gonna lose more hair than you should. Okay, this is the shedded hair. It's tangled up in there, okay? See that? Now that is knotted. You see that? My hair is not that long. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna cut it. And that's it. Told you that was long. So now, let me just make sure I got all this done. Okay. Okay. So now I'm just gonna come here, comb through. Okay. Comb through. Okay. So once I've combed everything through, now I can assess the ends. Okay, let's see if there's a knot somewhere there. Yeah, sometimes I like doing this live so that you guys can at least see where I struggle, so that, you know, when you are doing your hair, you're like, okay, well, she also has struggles. You know, it's totally normal. It's totally normal. So I want to really comb it well. And of course, you can do this on stretched hair, you know. But I just decided not to blow out my hair and just trim it on stretched, on while my hair is in its curly state. Okay, so now you can come here. There's like hair everywhere. Okay, now I can come here and then just trim off the ends that needs to be trimmed off. And I'm able to see it. You guys might not see what I'm trimming, but I'm able to see it. And then I go and I twist it up, and I can look at the ends again and see if I need to trim off more. Okay. And when you twist, try and see if you can get equals, the two sides equal. So now you can look at the ends, and yeah, I'm gonna trim. I'm gonna trim just a little bit more. I really don't have to trim so much, but just a little bit, because I like my ends really nice and curly and thick. So that's good. Okay, so just have this much left to do. So you can see how much I've done so far. Just have this much left to trim off. So do this part. So this one, okay. Detangle. This one looks as if it's two. See, it looks as if it's two. Okay, let me do this one first. Yeah. This one's not a lot. It's just the root that's tangled. It's gonna detangle. I'm like, anytime now my daughter is gonna knock on the door like, Mama, gotta go. So I'm trying not to rush, but still accomplish something. Spray. Okay, work the liquid through. Get my moisturizer, walk it through. Because I see I'm walking up and down, getting ready. So, okay. Okay. Trying to remove any shaded hair. Okay. And then I'm going to comb out my hair. Okay, comb out my hair. Now you see it's getting more difficult to see the hair. So whenever that happens, what I do is that I can get a mirror to help me see what I need to trim off. If not, I just squint and trim. Okay. That's why sometimes some people do rather, and then you can kind of see how nice and thick the ends are. Now come here and twist it up. And do that. Okay. Looking at the ends also. Yeah, that one was a small section, but that's okay. This one's a much bigger section. And I only trim like this because I do not wear my hair in the straight form. I wear my hair in its curly form. If you wear your hair straight, then you might want to blow out your hair, or some people will straighten their hair before they trim their hair. I've never used straightening comb in my hair before, so, but sometimes I'll blow out my hair, you know, to see what it looks like. So maybe the next time when I wash my hair, I'll blow it out and just see how it looks. But to be honest with you, I don't really care about getting straight trims, just because I wear my hair in a curly form, and to me it's like, what's the use of blowing out my hair so that it can be straight just for me to put it back in its curly form? Yeah, so if you understand my reasoning, let me know. But that's just my reasoning. So yeah, that is just my overall reasoning. Okay, so today I'm wondering what I'm gonna do today. I have some editing I need to do, so maybe while my daughter is where she is, I'm gonna look for a cafe to sit down and edit a video. Finally, I can edit a video for you guys and put it on my YouTube channel, Discovery Natural. That's the goal for today. And I have a book I'm reading, Chimamanda's Americana. It's a really nice book. So I think I have some time today to read the book. So I might just also read the book. So, yep. Okay. What are you guys doing to your hair today? Oh. You see, I put an eyeliner at the bottom of my eyes. I hate putting eyeliner at the bottom because after a while it looks dark. It gives me that raccoon eyes. So I don't like putting eyeliner at the bottom of my eyes. I mean, I'll put it at the top area, but I don't like putting it at the bottom because you see how my eyes, I don't know, and it makes my eyes look yellow. You know, some people, they just come here, take this and just but I don't have the heart to do that. So okay, so I think I have 3 more sections to go and then we'll be done. So this is one section, so I'm just going to spray some water to this section of hair. Okay, and then I'm going to detangle the hair without products. So just finger detangle. You can see these ends are not as knotted up as the others. So different part of my hair will feel knotted up compared to other parts of my hair. So like right here, I feel a huge mangle of hair. So I'm just kind of taking it easy like that. Okay. So then I'm gonna grab my moisturizer, apply it to my hair. Apply to the base, apply it all over, all over, all over. I want it to be well moisturized. Okay, squeeze it in there, because low porosity be like fighting against product. Okay, next, move all the shedded hair. Then just comb it at the root, which is my area where it gets tangled easily. Takes my time combing it through. Okay, once I've done that, I'm gonna assess the ends of the hair. Whenever I rub my hands, I'm rubbing it against the hair. Okay, so then Yep, I think I've combed. Okay. Look at the ends as best as I can. And then just trim it. Trim, 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 trim. Yeah, I can kind of see where it needs to be trimmed. Okay. Okay. Trim that off. Yes, come in.
Are we leaving?
Yeah. You said 3 o'clock.
I know, but like...
You said 3 o'clock, my dear.
Because I was thinking if I'm going to be driving...
You're not... I'll drive. I'll drive. I'll drive. Don't worry about it. Because if it... Yeah, it will take longer. What time does the party start?
3.
But why are you doing African time?
Because I don't want to get there too early because I don't know that many people.
But it's a restaurant now. And when they do restaurant parties and they say be there at 3, then you should be there at 3. Because don't they want to get everybody there so that they can get a table and stuff?
So we should go?
So we should have left like 30 minutes ago, my dear.
Are you recording?
Am I recording?
Yeah.
I told you I'll be live.
Oh.
No, it's okay.
Didn't tell me anything.
No, it's okay. So I am actually done. Are you ready?
I didn't know you were live.
It's okay.
Sorry.
It's okay, my dear. So you guys, we are nearly done. Yeah. That's what happens. So, anyway. So, I'm just gonna moisturize. I'm so glad I'm nearly done. Okay, moisturize, comb it out. And this is my pad that doesn't tangle up. And then come here and trim it. So I'm coming here. It's when I have to make sure I don't butcher my hair. Okay. Okay, and then come here and then twist it up. I'm not gonna put this into a curl, whatever, just because I'm gonna loosen everything and then put on my cap and stuff. Okay, this one is the last one. Spray. I'm gonna add my moisturizer because we're running late. Yeah, she said 3. When you say 3 or when you give me a time, that is the time I'm gonna be ready. Your friends can't wait. Life of a mother of a teenager. They always have one party or the other, one event or the other. Now I'm pulling through my hair. Whew. Okay, so now let's trim it. No serene. So no serene here. Okay. So it's much harder. So now just to twist up and then we are done. We are done. So you guys, I'm so happy I finally trimmed my hair. I am so happy I finally trimmed my hair. And we are done. To look at the ends, I still need to trim some more right there. Okay, so now the ends, even though they're curly now, they're all trimmed and I am ready to go. You guys can see how nice the ends are. Very nice, very juicy already. So thank you so much for joining me and I'll see you guys in another video. Thanks for watching. Bye.